Welcome to Grad Connect. My name is Kush Rawal, and today I'm in conversation with Yashasvi, who has also enrolled as a GradRight ambassador representing the Syracuse University. Yashasvi, please could you introduce yourself?
Yeah. So as you all know that I'm Yashasvi Singh, so I'm currently pursuing information management. I'm doing my master's here in Syracuse University. So it has been a great journey. I completed my first year and I will be soon starting with my second year. That is my third semester. So yeah, great to meet you all.
Thank you for the introduction. And please could you also tell us about your undergrad?
Yeah, so I did my undergrad in computer science from Medicaps University. It's in Indore, Madhya Pradesh.
Okay. So today we'll be talking about Yashasvi's journey to the Syracuse University and grab some insights about the university. Thank you, Yashasvi, for taking time out to help Indian students with the journey to masters abroad.
Yeah.
So what led to the thought of pursuing a master's degree in information management?
Yeah, so basically, as you can say by the word that, information management, it's a blend of, technology as well as management. So when I was doing one of my internships in undergrad, so there were few instances where I felt that, management is something that is, not only like required in our daily life, but how you manage your technology projects, what it takes to, deliver a project basically in industry. And I felt that, since I was in computer science, my whole 4 years was quite, technical, and there was no aspect of management. And then I felt that, management is something that is really required. And also, I have to so I was doing my specialization in data science and analytics.
Right.
So during my undergrad, I was not exposed to a good kind of, a good field of data science and analytics. And I felt that, this is the specialization that I want to be in. So basically, so my whole degree is like information management, specializing in data science and analytics. So I have, few management courses as well. These are the required courses that I have to pursue, and other than that are electives. So I can just whatever, it has field in cloud, cybersecurity, data science, and there's one more. So basically we have like the 4 fields where we can choose our electives from. So yeah.
Okay. So like you had decided what major, like what stream field where you wanted to do your master's. So how did you go about the process of shortlisting the university and the country you want to go into?
Yeah, so I think that US was, I was just said that US is something that where I want to go. And because of some personal reason as well, because I have some relatives here, and my so I've been first one in my family to come abroad. So so they were also quite relieved by that I'm going in US. So that was also a personal reason, and professional reason was because I found that US has good number of universities that I can apply to in the field of data science and analytics. So I felt that that's the best country that I can go for. And yeah, so and for this shortlisting of the universities, I felt that my GRE score. So since I don't have any professional experience, so I directly jumped up after my doing my undergrad to do my masters. So so the very first thing that I felt that GRE, my SOP, and I did some research publication as well, because I felt that professional experience is something that gives you an edge. But
Right.
since I didn't have that, so I have to do some extra things like these publications and something. So I feel that these were something things that I really put my effort on. So GRE was something, it's an exam, so you don't know how you will score, and that day particularly. So whatever score, if even if you get a score less that you targeted, you can put a good SOP, stating like how you like that particular course, and what you like about the university, and what experiences, your internship experiences you had. So I felt that these were the things that quite helpful when I shortlisted my university. So they were, so yeah, so combining all of these things, I I think I filled for 10 universities. So it was, some was higher than I expected, so it was ambitious ones, and then the medium one, which I'll get into, and then the ones, I just filled, I think, two or three, that was the safe universities. So this is how I categorize that, how you should shortlist your universities.
Okay, so this is the process you followed for making your profile strong and your resume strong in order to align towards the field you wanted to study. And you had applied to across 10 universities. And
Yeah.
where did the Syracuse University lie in the shortlisted universities? Like, was it an ambitious choice for you,
Mhm.
or where was it?
Yeah, it wasn't an ambitious choice for me, but it was in the middle ones.
Okay,
So yeah, so I got so at the very last I was confused between UIUC and Syracuse.
okay.
So but UIUC, I felt that, because it was a quite confusing decision, because I felt that UIUC has a brand in US.
Mhm.
So and Syracuse only has brand for the information management that I'm pursuing right now.
Right.
So and UIUC is a whole like a brand. So so that's why I was confused that what should I choose. But I gave my preference to course over the brand,
Right,
and
right.
that's why I pursued Syracuse.
So that's what like the students should consider, like the university which specializes like in MBA. So you should not actually go to the world ranking of the university, but the MBA ranking of that university across the area. So that's like you were considered to take your decision.
Yeah.
And can you like highlight the application process and the scholarship process for Syracuse University?
Yeah, so for Syracuse particularly, when we apply, so we have just go to the application, the link and everything. We fill out everything, resumes, SOP, and whatever it requires. And then after filling that application and giving your GRE TOEFL scores, then they give you the acceptance and everything. After you get the acceptance, we have like a link where it showcases all the scholarships we have. So
Mhm.
sometimes so the highest our university give is 30%. So
Okay.
when you fill out the internship, when you get the acceptance, after a few days you will get a scholarship. If you have that 30% one, the school will automatically reach out to you, and they will say that you have been shortlisted for this one. But we have the other scholarship as well, where we have to apply for it. The school doesn't give us anything. So there it says, I think it says excellence value scholarship. So
Mhm.
there we have there, that's also an application where it asks you like, how do you feel that you are good for the scholarship, and the questions like these. So you just have to fill out that application, and they'll get back to you. And if they don't get back to you, you have to mail them, just to know that what decision they took.
Okay. Thank you for telling the process. So, what do you think made you stand out and get selected for the Syracuse University?
I think that my SOP and my CGPA was a game changer.
Right.
And I think I would put my CGPA at first and my SOP at second, because I had a good CGPA in my undergrad. And also I was in the top list in my undergrad. So and that's why I also felt that I got into UIUC as well, because my GRE score was quite normal. But I felt that because when we got the admits for UIUC, so when I compared my profile to the other UIUC admits that we got, so so I saw that CGPA was something that created my profile like very
Right.
differently. So I
Okay.
think that you have to compensate in one or the other way. What say, if you don't have a good CGPA, then you should have a good GRE. If
Right.
not
Right.
good GRE, then CGPA,
You
like
need
that.
to balance it somewhere. If you don't have
Yeah,
work
exactly.
experience, you need to have research papers or something in that field, which where you're applying.
Yeah,
And
right.
going towards the university life, can you tell me how diverse is your batch and what backgrounds do other students have considering their undergrad degrees?
Yeah. So basically, so we have like Indian students are quite concentrated towards computer science, information management. We have also a course that is called applied data science. It's
Right.
quite data science oriented. And yeah, so these are the streams, and also civil engineering, mechanical engineering, but their Indian students are quite few compared to these three courses. We have the highest number of Indian students in these courses. So basically, around diversity, people are coming from, in India, if we say that. So from my area, nobody came, basically to Syracuse University.
Mhm.
Only I was there, like from Indore city itself, and I think few were there, including my seniors. That I think two or three, if you can say, that came from the central India part of India, but more of them are from Maharashtra and South India. So this is the geography that we have here and here. And apart from that, if you ask about the US, so there are more Indian students than Americans or Chinese in
Okay,
these. Yeah.
got it. And what are like the back undergrad degrees of the students? Like
Yeah,
mostly
so
people are
yeah, so
engineers or
for the computer science, so I think I was only a few ones who came for the information management coming from the computer science background. But other than that, they were electronics, electrical, and mechanical. They were quite people from there, and more of them were from the electronics and electrical field. And if you say about computer science, so there were more people, computer, they did their undergrad in computer science, and here also they did their masters in computer science.
so were there students other than who were engineers, or everybody was engineer in
No,
undergrad?
everybody was engineer.
Okay, so that's like a criteria for admission.
No. So there was one of my seniors. So she did, I think we call it BCA in
Okay,
India. Yeah,
okay.
so that's a 3-year course that she did. And yeah, I mean, she did well because she had a great internship also right now. So it
Mhm.
was just 3-year course, but our engineering is of 4 years.
Right.
So yeah, so I didn't think so that they quite prefer that 4-year program than 3-year,
And
because
so
she
it's
got
like
into. So
sometimes
yeah.
they give an exception. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And can you like highlight on the teaching methodology and how different is it from India and how are the professors over there?
Yeah, so it's more of like, as we know, like, most of the people know that here the education is like practical based.
Right.
So whatever we put our more number of times, what we are doing is projects, or making some other things. Practical based approach is basically followed here than writing something, or just reading the presentations, the professor just reading the presentation. So they put more effort that we do. So basically, my most of the time is that I do my things on my own. That so I research about it. So recently I took a natural language processing class. So I didn't knew like most of the things, because it was quite a hard class for me. But I have to figure out on my own. They just give you some hints, and that this is the approach that you should follow. But yeah, but they don't give you like how you should do it, and what coding you should do. So it's all that you have to do it. You have to figure out that what kind of coding, or what kind of yeah, things we have to use. So yeah, so it's practical based. The scoring and everything is also quite decent. Some professors are quite strict than the others. Some are like they are easygoing. So yeah, so the students will figure out, asking their seniors, so what kind of professor we have. So yeah.
Okay. And how intense is the course, and were you able to manage, or are you able to manage a part-time job as well?
Yeah, sure. So like Syracuse University has like a number of part-time jobs, because it's a quite a big university. It has, I think, 6 to 7 dining halls. So so it's just the dining halls that I'm saying. And apart from that, also we have like other part-time positions as well. And like the security, the hall security thing as well we have. So these are like number of part-time jobs. So I don't think so any student will have any problem in finding a part-time job here. So definitely I manage my part-time job as well as being a student here. It's quite easy, it's not that difficult. It might be difficult for computer science students, because
Mhm.
they have to quite give their time to do their projects and assignments. So they do, they do less number of shifts than what we do,
Okay.
but they are able to, take out their rent and, extra utilities that they have from the
Okay.
part-time position. Yeah.
Got it. Can you throw some light on the recruitment journey and which companies or field do some students generally get placed into, and what are like the average salary expectations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so basically, Syracuse have tie-ups for with few of the companies. So that will be for computer science. If you say that will be Amazon, and then for us it will be more of consulting companies. So it will be KPMG, then ZS, then EY. So these are the companies that they have tie-up to. So quite a few number of students they pick, from us. So they come, they regularly, in few of the months they come, like ZS, EY, they come, they have a table in our department, so they discuss everything with the students, whoever, these are more of like consulting companies, so it's quite based on the information management field. So these are the companies that we have tie-up. So and also, if when you ask about the salary, we have average salary of 80,000 per year, yeah, in dollars. So yeah, this is the average salary that we have.
Okay, got it. And can you like tell me how is the study life balance, and like if you could tell me around how which city you live in and what are like the average what are the average expenses for a month?
Yeah, so basically, in Syracuse, it's quite, you don't have to share your room with anyone. So you have the private apartment by yourself,
Mhm.
because it's very cheap here. So I pay 425 to 450 for a good room. You can get
Okay.
it like, yeah, anywhere. So that's just the rent. And then you have, like, the extra thing that we have a church here basically. So it provides you free food. So we get, most of the things, like, you can say milk or eggs, and the basic utilities thing you can get there for free. So that's also an advantage where, so maybe 100 to $200 we are able to save that from there. So that's an extra thing that we have here. And other than that, I don't think so there's much. And since we have, like, we are paid, basically our dining hall employee gets paid $15 per hour. And and then it increases, if you become the supervisor and if you become the manager, so it increases. But the minimum, if you ask, it will be it just increased a few months back, so it's 15.3 now.
Mhm.
So yeah, so this is, so when you when you calculate it with 20 hours 20 hours per week, so you'll get a good amount, so you can save it as well for your future. And yeah, so it's a good amount, and you are able to, you'll just, whatever you earn, you will, I think you will just use half of it, including the rent and the utilities.
I think Syracuse University, like it's at a good location and provides you a network to great companies, so you can like study at a lower rate and also save and get exposure to the world-class companies and get placed to the
Yeah.
most good companies over there. That's really nice. And can you tell me a few things you love about Syracuse University and a few things you don't like?
Yeah, so I think that I love is, we have, it's a very good university. And when you consider at if you are considering it, undergrad or bachelor's degree here, it's quite a expensive university. So, and it's quite beautiful as well. So so whatever coming, the money there, the money is coming from the students, so they are making it quite, we have a good number of facilities here in SU. So we have a number of student organizations where you can participate, and so it's a great exposure being an international student here, because we have like diverse number of students that are coming. Undergrad is full of Americans and Chinese, so you can interact with them as well. And same in our masters. So I feel that it's a great university to be in. And if you're considering the three courses that I told you, that it's a great university, it has placed we have a great alumni network. Like, whatever company you say, any fan company, or whatever companies, the top companies, you say, our alumni are placed there. So so
Right.
they sometimes they reach out to us as well, that these positions are open. Sometimes there's any urgent position they have in their company, so
Right.
they reach out to us. So yeah, I think that the very first thing that I love is the alumni network that we have. And there's nothing that I don't like about it, because the part-time jobs that, as I told you, that we have a good number of them. So these are the advantages of the SU that I have. There's not anything that I don't like about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all those information. And for you, if you could go back in time, do you feel you could have done a few things differently, or do you feel this is the right path for you?
Yeah, I definitely think, because I put a lot of effort in thinking that this should be the best decision that I take, because here also, I am studying here, I have taken education loan. So so when you are taking a good amount of education loan coming here, so you have to take a decision that you don't regret. So
Right.
so I carefully thought of by myself that this is something good for me, best for me. So yeah, this is definitely the right path I took.
And any last advice for the students who want to pursue a master's at the Syracuse University?
I think if you have any professional experience and everything, make sure that, because, as I told you, that, the companies like ZS and EY, so these companies are quite based in India as well. So if you have professional experiences in these companies, definitely reach out to them when you come here, because, they prefer, they obviously prefer students who have worked with them before. So
Right,
they
right,
definitely, yeah, give preference to those students. So if you have that professional experience, it's quite well. Just make sure you have that networking when you come here as well. And yeah, getting to jobs and internships, you just have to, after you come here, after I think 1 or 2 months, you just have this much time to adjust yourself, and then you just have to start working on your internships, your resume, and then jobs. So yeah, you have to be working. You won't get time to just relax. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yashasvi. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for your time. I know a lot of Indians will benefit from the insights you have shared today. It
Yeah,
was a
sure.
wonderful experience talking to you, and I wish you all the best for your journey ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much.